So I'm what you might call an avid party racer fan, which is to say I got Mario Kart Wii at age 6 when Panasonic was giving away Wii's with the Avatar movie game. And I was good enough at it in my opinion. I was a little child, but I had also had another very important game in my childhood. Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. Whilst I, by a long shot, played a lot more Mario Kart than did Sonic Racing, there was a soft spot for the game. Whether that was the music, the characters, the track selections, or all the weird challenges you could do. It was a lot of fun, but the online mode was pretty much always empty, which little me didn't like, but hey, at least everything else was cool. During the Wii U era, I was an avid Mario Kart 8 player, but I never bought All Stars Transformed. I can't remember the exact reason why, but I could say a lack of announcement of the new game might have been a contributing factor. But I feel like that does bring us forward a little bit to December 2024, with Sega announcing a new racing game. I didn't have my hopes up for this one after dodging the bullet that was Team Sonic Racing, but the cinematic was cool. But that means nothing. Then 4 months later, that Nintendo announced and then dropped a full trailer for Mario Kart World. We, the fans, have at this point spent decades of 8/8 Deluxe, so a new Mario Kart 8 game is finally great news. And I credit the Aurora Roseliskin. What a peak game! And 3 months later, at Summer Games Fest, we get our first taste of Sonic Racing Miku! Guy from Yakuza, Joker Persona 5! Yep, clearly Sega went, screw it, they needed that from Minecraft Steve! And sadly for me, Sega delivered. I was at the point where I was well burnt out by Mario Kart World's questionable track decisions and the fact that drifting constantly no longer benefited me. I needed something like Mario Kart 8, and was Sega going to deliver by release time? I was a massive fan of the All-Stars games and concepts as a kid, which is why I was a bit hesitant to buy Crossworlds, but after a little bit I bit the bullet, and I did. Music's great, characters great, ability to modern characters, and other things even better. This game shines where All-Stars Racing also shone, but let's get into the nitty-gritty of the game. I did initially play the game with keyboard controls, which was an experience. I found the default keyboard controls to be extremely clunky and a bit all over the place, but thankfully Crossworlds offers full customization of controls, allowing me to use the much more comfortable controls of Fortnite Racing. Even using the slightly scuffed keyboard, I was having fun in the game, clearing time trials, doing Grand Prix, but I think because I was using the keyboard, there was still a hook for me to perform better with a controller. I knew I could get my drifting lines better. And to no one's surprise, getting a controller only made me like the game more. The game drives wonderfully and all my inputs make me feel like I'm doing something. And the drift gauge accurately reflects what I'm doing. It'll slow down when I'm moving the opposite direction and will speed up when I'm going the correct direction. The game tells you so much what's going on, it's so wonderful to see. Now, the key reason I play party races is getting to go online and race other people. One thing that I love about this game is that it'll never give you a half-full lobby. If there's only 3 real humans, then it'll fill the room with bots, making it feel like you've never got an empty race. I think this is great, so even if I've been facing Sonic fan 6 or 7 for like the 5th time, at least Moon Destroy can give me a run for my money. I also love when playing online that I'm allowed to race on paid DLC tracks and race with paid DLC owners, as I distinctly remember this being a problem in the original Mario Kart 8, where the DLC'd and the DLC'd less were split up online because only the rich get a chance at Excite Bike Arena. In Crossworlds, matchmaking usually goes one of 2 ways. Either you're bunched up with a bunch of people from your rank, or in a group of people rank higher than you. I think this really keeps the online scene feeling challenging by changing up from a cakewalk to locking in and managing with a bunch of more skilled players, and getting a bunch of points for it, which is super satisfying. As previously mentioned, this game features crossover characters much like the classic All-Star series, but it also contains a very solid roster that contains like Babylon Roges, Kadox, and everyone's favourite, the Egg Pawn. But the cast covers pretty much all the major teams from the main series. Now, mind you, I haven't played a mainline Sonic game since the original Colors release, but I think this is a pretty solid roster, and I can still build a car with good stats and my favourite character. Much like many people have pointed out, for some of the voice direction this can be a little bit out of place at times, but as a Blaze main, I see no issues here. To me, she sounds like Blaze, but I've also only ever had exposure to Blaze via the spin-off games, so my take is probably not as good as other people's. But I don't think I've said enough, but I love the All-Stars games, and as I own the game on Steam, I've taken the liberty of modding the game, which I have to say, the modders have done a crazy job with some of these characters. Lula, Billy Hatcher, and Violet all have voices. Violet uses Miku animations despite being a Joker replacement, and Lula even has custom music. modders have also given the DLC characters voices, as for some reason those guys did not get one. You might have also seen that a handful of my characters also just use custom outfits rather than character replacements. This is where Crossworlds I think falls behind World, and I don't think the Sega team can really give themselves much of an excuse to this one. Pretty much all the cosmetics in World come from the mobile app Mario Kart Tour, and a lot of the modded Sonic cosmetics come from the Sonic Speed Simulator and Sonic Forces Speed Battle. Again, I'm on PC so I can just mod stuff in, but those on console are purely limited to expensive to earn AIO skins and the voiceless DLC characters. Mario Kart World takes another major L with how the karts are built. World went back to the Nintendo Wii system where you can only pick from pre-built cars, while Sonic keeps up the ability to piece cars together. But it turns it up a very serious notch, allowing you to choose colours, materials, stickers, horns, and aura. Like, Sega, oh my god, how did you know I always wanted to drive the Hatsune Miku Donondonki Alienware Air Asia Kura Sushi Mobile that looks like this? Even if everyone uses the same kart parts, I would have barely noticed since everyone is customizing what their car looks like, which makes lobbies feel like there is no meta build you should be using. Let alone with gadgets being able to affect stats, it doesn't really matter too much. Make a car that looks cool and have fun. Okay, so I might have also modded in the All-Stars music, which is scattered around here and there in the game, but the race already is also really awesome. With no fears that Sonic team knows how to make music, and both Sega and Nintendo smash it out of the park with their games, but most of Worlds really only shows up on the free roam mode. But Sega gives you the ability to select players with certain lap numbers, so you bet I have a really high octane selection for third lap, like, get a load of this! Yeah, it really screams speed. I've had this glitch happen to me on a handful of occasions, but for me to get it whilst recording footage is at least a little bit funny. I'd have to assume this is going to be a mod issue, probably either coming from Ulala or the All-Star Music mod, but hey, it's quite funny. But here's what some of the unlockable music feels like. You just get that crazy hit of adrenaline and urgency. It's awesome. All the third lap music is killer, whether it's unlocked or already there. They all are standout tracks in their own right. Speaking of which, you can unlock music in the game which comes from getting an A rank in the time trials. I was already planning on clearing them out, but I guess I have extra motivation to do so now. Whilst it feels like the game has a small roster of maps, which is possibly thanks to, in part, the giant roster that is the 8 deluxe of all of the DLC, what keeps it fresh is the Crossworlds, providing a break from the monotonous nature of the races. So where, much like World, you spend less time driving the course, but you're also getting more than just a straight line to drive, which is so much more exciting, and I actually get to drift! Both land and water feel wonderful to drive on, but air still feels a bit clunky to me, so I prefer to stay away when I can, though that's probably just me on a personal preference. Certainly in comparison to World, the future for this game looks bright, as we know we're getting more characters, more tracks, and most likely more festivals in the future. Much of it for free as well, whereas for World it's going to be stagnant for a while I think. I'm not sure how they'll go about adding in new courses, like do they make a new island? They can't just put stuff in dead zones because there's challenges out there, whereas Crossroads has, like, it's simple. They just put courses in there. There's no issues. They just do it. I'm of course hoping to see the inclusion of more classic All-Stars characters. I'm probably never going to see Billy Hatcher again for a very long time, but I do hold out hope that Ulala will make a return, presumably being voiced by the GOAT Sharmi Lee, but maybe I'm just biased towards her. So I guess overall I have my new Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and I just really wanted to tell you that. But I'll be interested in the future of both games, see if Nintendo is able to come back with me in World. But I really do love the game, and I think Sega is so back for racing games. I'm really hoping they continue to put a lot of love into this game, so I keep on coming back to play it in between every other game I am playing at the moment. Hey, this is just a little bit of unscripted sailor at the back here. I just kind of wanted to say that, like, am I so back at making YouTube videos? Probably, like, for real? I don't know, maybe, am I? We'll kind of see. I just kind of wanted to, like, give it a cheeky little hit. I kind of wanted an excuse to talk about, you know, Sonic Crossworlds because it's a good-ass game and I love it. we'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna stick with gaming, I'm gonna stick with whatever the hell I want, like what I was usually doing. Yeah, probably. You'll probably see travel content from me, but you know, we'll do a little like tester, see if reviews stick. I'll make them. I think it's fun. I do what I want to do. This is my channel. But if you listen this far, thank you. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!